kick it old school with a voiceover. I'm going to prep my skin with a little bit of the Infiore Fleur Vibrant Serum Cerate. I love this product. It's perfect for skin prep. Has a really pretty jasmine scent. This is the Kjaer Weis Cream Foundation. I have it in the shade Paper Thin, and the biggest tip I have with working with this is to just make sure that your skin is prepped really well. So I used that Infiore product, but you could use really any face oil, just something to give your skin some emollients, and I like to warm the product up with my fingers and finger apply. Of course, a beauty blender to get the finished effect that I really prefer. It just helps the product really work into the skin. I have used the Kjaer Weis foundation as a concealer as well, but Mama has some dark circles, so I'm just going in with the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer. I was just thinking, I think I have this in the shade Yucca, is that right? SC2. I love this product. I would 100% repurchase it when I run out. I like to work it in with my fingers a little bit initially, and then again, Beauty Blender always saves the day. I'm setting all of that with a light dusting of 2 of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders from that trio. And then I just take an excessively long time to do that because this Wayne Goss brush just feels really nice on the skin. Brows are my nemesis, but I'm going to start with a little bit of the Juice Beauty Brow Gel. I have this in the darkest shade. I've talked about it a lot of other places. Not a perfect product, but I like it and I continue to repurchase it. This is my poor left eyebrow that was just so sadly overwaxed and over-tweezed in the 90s, but we're going to fix it. I take a little break before filling in my brows with a pencil to curl my eyelashes. This is the Surratt Releve Lash Curler, and yeah, you kind of need it because it's amazing. Then I'm going back in with the Plume Brow Pencil. I have this in the shade Chestnut Decadence, and it is hands down the best brow pencil I've ever used. It requires basically no pressure to deposit color. It's such a good color match. It's refillable. It's just kind of everything. I could also sit here all day filling in my brows, and if you've ever seen me on a live Get Ready With Me, this is when I'm doing my brows, is when I tend to start ranting or going off on tangents or monologues, because I could just sit here all day filling in my brows, as you see. Okay, we're gonna get started with a very simple eye look. I'm basically doing a smudgy black winged liner with that new Kjaer Weis eyeshadow, but I'm starting with a little bit of the Trish McEvoy gel liner. And then I'm taking an angled Chantecaille brush, dipping it into Kjaer Weis Onyx, and I'm gonna smudge out and wing out that liner. So the first time you're working with a powder eyeshadow, you kind of never know what to expect, how powdery it's gonna be, how much fallout there's gonna be, what the pigment is gonna be, and I would consider Kjaer Weis Onyx to be a really pretty soft black. It was very easy to work with, and I feel like I got the effect that I was after. I've just been really into this soft winged look, playing around with different colored shadows and just doing a different take on a wing. And then the trick is always to get the second eye to match the first eye. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we're not, and it's all good. The longevity of this shadow and liner combo was decent. I would like to play around with what eyeliner I layer underneath, or maybe working with an eye primer, but overall I was happy with how this looked. It did fade a bit throughout the course of the day, but it looks pretty good right now as I'm applying it. I was really happy with how it came out. I'm taking a little bit of that Onyx shadow on the lower lash line. I'm someone that really needs definition on the lower lash line to complete an eye look. And this is just a Wayne Goss pencil brush that, again, is the softest thing in history. I don't even think he makes these brushes like this anymore, but they're really nice. I also am very fastidious about connecting my lower shadow into the wing. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I wanted something a little fun, so I wanted to do an inner corner highlight. I really like this look of an intense inner corner highlight. This is the Aether Beauty Rose Gold or Rose Quartz palette. It's the original, and this is the shade Rose Quartz. It's just a light shimmery pink. I think it's really pretty. This is Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. Yes, this is a darling of the eco beauty world. I think it's pretty good, you know, for a synthetic bristle wand. I'm happy with it. Is it my end all be all? You know, I don't know. I have a whole thing of mascaras. I'm gonna do a mascara lineup at some point, but I'm happy I tried it. This is just the $13 travel size. I got it off Credo. I will say that it wears very well throughout the course of the day. I don't get any transferring or smudging. It's easy to remove, so the wearability is good. Just a little bit of the Kjaer Weis lip balm, as I assume my lips were feeling a little dry here. This product is fine. Now, I was really excited to try this. This is the new bronzer. It's Kjaer Weis Dazzling. You're gonna see when it blends out that it has a little bit, I guess I would say, of a red undertone, not as much as something like RMS Buriti bronzer. Also keep in mind that because of my undertones and my skin tone, things tend to pull warm on me. I consider myself to be, I guess, a light olive with a bunch of pink in my skin, basically complicated multi-ethnic skin undertones. Overall, I like this. It's not shimmery at all. I think the tone is really pretty. Definitely wish I had blended it out a little bit more on my forehead, but you know, what are you gonna do? I'm not a perfect person. This is Kjaer Weis Abundance, which I've had for a very long time. This is a color that looks like kind of nothing in the pan. It's beautiful on the cheeks. This is my fail-safe, goes with everything cheek color. It has almost gray undertones to it, but it really is, as you can see, it's just kind of a light, neutral, cool plum. I'm obsessed with it. This is a little bit of the RMS Champagne Rosé highlight. I'm a little disappointed. I've had it, I think, less than 2 years, and it's already smelling a little funky, which is just odd for RMS products. But, you know, I'm going with it. I'm gonna try and use it as long as I can. Just removing that excess balm, and we're gonna go in with one of my new Kjaer Weis lip liners. So I purchased two. This is the shade Bear, and I can actually wholeheartedly say that it's worth it to splurge and get that metal cap. If you buy a refill of their lip or eye pencils, they come with a plastic lid, but I don't know, the experience of that metal top to the liner is kind of everything. So this is the shade Bear, like I said. It's perfect. I mean, it's such a standout. It's just a truly neutral, maybe ever so slightly cool leaning pink. And now I'm going in with my new lipstick, Kjaer Weis Mesmerize. This is infinitely more wearable than Honor, which was the shade I had before. They have kind of a little light vanilla smell, I guess. Yeah, I can see myself getting so much mileage out of this, just topping it with a bit of the balm. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. And I can't wait to see you back here, hopefully next week on L'Amour et la Musique. Bye, guys.